Hi guys, Jesse here, and welcome back to my Star Wars Rebels reaction series. Today we're going to be moving on to Season 2, Episode 17. On the last episode, we had daddy issues with Hera. Yep, Hera reunited with her father. It didn't go so well immediately, because he's really Ryloth-centered and doesn't really care about the rebellion as a whole. And he's been kind of upset with Hera for, leaving Ryloth to go chase what he sees as a pipe dream. But that was all fixed in a quick 20-minute episode. It was a fun episode. I love any episode that will focus on Hera, because I love her. But I'm excited to continue, so let's go ahead and jump into this episode.
Rebel intelligence was right. The Empire was building something over Geonosis.
Yeah, but what? I've never seen an orbital construction field this big.
The Geonosians made weapons back in the Clone War. Whatever they were up to. Betting we're not gonna like it.
Also, we're going to Geonosis, of all places.
You cross-wired? There are billions of bugs on Geonosis. Scan again.
There's no life on Geonosis. The entire planet.
My gut tells me this is a trap.
You would be correct.
How perceptive.
Hi, Callus. Good to see you again. Always a treat.
Agent Callus has joined us, and there's some droid out there locking down doors.
Agent Callus, how lovely.
Chopper, go get that droid.
Droid fight.
Took you long enough.
Well, come do it yourself then.
We'll meet you at the ship. You heard him. Let's go.
But you won't. Because you said that. No one ever meets them in the ship.
What a day we're having.
Something's not gonna go right. Like that! Man.
Ties incoming.
There's a lot going on right now. Up, we're going to the moon. Huh. Are Zeb and Callus going to have to work together to get off this planet?
What are you doing? I'm just thinking about how easy I could crush your head. But I'd rather wait for you to heal so we can finish our fight fair and square. You're expecting your rebel friends to come to your rescue.
I mean, yeah.
Friends fled. If anyone finds us, it'll be the Empire, and you will be captured. That's not gonna happen.
That's also not going to happen.
That's not happening either.
God, you'll freeze to death before anything else here.
Look, it's going to get colder. Too cold for this to keep us warm. Here I thought Geonosis was a desert planet. How is it that you have bested me even once? Now get a sense of humor, Agent.
Hey, maybe they'll be friends after this. Maybe? I'm still thinking about that prophecy. You know, maybe Zeb needs to save the hunter or the warrior, whatever it was.
Or worse.
And they're not alone.
My chances with the cold. Whatever we're sharing this hole with. I know what happens to Lasat in an Imperial prison.
You don't know much. Cooperate, and you'll get a trial.
Right. Yeah, fixed it. And I adjusted the frequency. Now anyone can pick up its signal.
So,
And every day, more beings get fed up with the Empire and join us.
Its power cell is frozen. We'll be next.
Oh no, you'll just have to cuddle together for warmth.
You're so quick to give up, though. Like I said, the transponder's working. My friends will find us.
Transponder's signal will never get through the ice.
Yeah, probably right. But the Sot never know when to give up, remember? We'll just climb this up to the surface.
That was a zoom up on that blaster.
You're going to hurt yourself.
You almost sound like you care. Hey, maybe just toss Callus up there.
How'd you look a few more broken bones?
What is that? What is that?
Like this day couldn't get any better.
Why is there just a pissed off bird in this cave? Shoot the bird, Callus. Don't be a dick. You're a semi-honorable asshole.
It's probably gonna bring its friends.
That is the order of things. The strong survive, the weak perish.
Is that what happened on Geonosis? The weak needed to perish.
The only thing I know about Geonosis is that the population is gone.
Afraid you learn that Geonosians were wiped out by your precious empire.
And why would we do that? What could possibly be the point?
Ah, good questions.
So they
Chase the army.
couldn't leak information about the Death Star?
I didn't take it as a trophy. The Lasat guardsman I faced, he fought well, died with honor. He gave me the rifle before.
The Busan Kira.
The what?
Busan Kira. The Sot warrior way. One is defeated by a superior foe. Gifts his weapon.
I was only doing my duty. It was nothing personal.
What the Empire did on the sun. I'll never forget it.
We all have things we won't forget. I remember my first unit. The boys and I were deployed to Onderon to bring peace and security to a troubled world. We were on a routine patrol and ran into one of your rebel friends, a Lasat mercenary who worked for Saw Gerrera. The Lasat calmly walked through smoke and fire to finish my unit off, one by one.
Okay, there's a difference between a race of people and an occupation that you chose.
The pillars. What? Pillars will never hold my weight. Never mind yours added on.
They hold up this cave, don't they?
If you're wrong, I'm feeding you to that thing.
Fair enough.
God, this is the world's worst piggyback.
There are two of them. Carabas, what does that even mean?
Right now, it means you're a lot heavier than you look.
Wow, seeing Callus actually emote is weird. He sounds so different. What are you gonna do? Oh, thank God for grabby feet, but also that's his broken leg.
Hold still. Hope this works.
You just gonna toss him? Come on. Come on, you're better than that! He thought about it, though. Man, is this the beginning of a Callus redemption arc?
Let's hope it works. Of course, since you adjusted it, we don't know who will pick up its signal.
Guess all we can do is wait.
Man, the Empire does not care about Callus. They're not showing up.
Still think your friends will find you?
Yeah.
Unless the Empire gets here first.
It wasn't supposed to be a massacre. But I realized the Empire wanted to make an example. I know before I took credit for it.
What happened on the sun? It's over for me. Moved on. By the way, it's Zeb. My name, it's Zeb.
Short for Garazeb. I know.
Huh. Okay. I was kinda joking.
That's...
I ship it.
Your friends did find you.
Like I said they would. No,
Yeah, of course it was gonna be them.
treat you fairly.
I'll take my chances for the Empire.
Mm.
Zeb.
Huh. What's going on here?
Alright, come on, Zeb. It's cold out here. You've been in it for 2 seconds. Yeah, 2 seconds too long.
Oh, you're cold. Hell, well, he got back.
Admiral Constantine.
Agent Callus.
They didn't even notice he was gone, did they? Well, that was sad. So that was season 2, episode 17 of Star Wars Rebels, The Honorable Ones. I think this might be one of my favorite episodes. Man, this episode has some implications about it. Especially for Callus's character arc. Because Callus, especially in the first season, was undeniably just a villain. Like a mustache-twirling, evil villain, kicking his subordinates into pits and monologuing about killing Zeb's people. Kind of evil villain. But the last season has kind of shown minor nuances to him. Like, yes, he is a part of the Empire, and yes, he is a ISB officer. And he's undeniably an asshole, but he's not without honor. And he has shown respect for both Zeb and the Ghost Crew over time. But I never really saw him as someone who was going to, become a good guy in any sort of way until, 2 episodes ago, when we met the other Osats and we learned about the prophecy, and we learned that if Zeb is the child in that prophecy, he would have to save the warrior, and the kooky old lady said that the warrior would be Callus. And that made me think that maybe Zeb would have to save Callus from himself. And this episode kinda makes me think that I was right in that respect. Because we don't normally humanize the Empire, at all. Because the Empire in general is made up of mostly assholes, especially if you're a higher ranking Imperial officer. Stormtroopers are probably just minimum wage workers trying to, get by. But to make your way up into the higher echelon of the Empire, you kinda have to be evil. You see some stuff when you're a higher ranking Imperial officer, and anyone with, a decent moral backbone would quit. And I'm pretty sure George Lucas has said that the Empire is actually at least somewhat based on Nazis. So, dictatorship, likes enslaving people, we don't usually humanize those characters. So that makes me think that this is a situation where maybe Callus is going to have a change of heart about the Empire, and, maybe leave, and maybe join the rebellion, which seems kind of weird, but also I would kind of love that. Because Callus is a character that we've had a lot of time with over several episodes. Because Callus is the closest thing we have to a reoccurring villain. Like the Grand Inquisitor is dead. This season really hasn't had one. Like, we've had other Inquisitors show up, but they've shown up for a couple episodes and haven't shown that they're as scary or as competent as the first one. But Callus is never going to be the big bad of the series. He's just not particularly threatening, and he's more bureaucratic than anything else. So, what do you do with that character? Maybe have him change sides. Because when the episode first started, I made the joke about them becoming friends and having to work together, Callus and Zeb, and I didn't really think it was going to be a thing, and now I kind of think it's going to be a thing. And I would kind of love that. But yeah, there was something very sad about Callus at the very end. Just, one, you can tell that no one really noticed or didn't care that he wasn't around. Constantine didn't. I am 100% sure Constantine did not notice Callus was missing, like, whatsoever. And then you see him go back to his Empire bunk, and he has nothing in there, and it's just a cot. And he's a higher-ranking official, and this is all he has. That is his home. And there's no one who cares about him, and he has nothing. And then you see the juxtaposition with that with Zeb's homecoming, where everyone was worried about him, and the whole thing is very warm and inviting, because it's the Ghost Crew, and they're a family. I'm not even sure the Empire is the one who picked Callus up. Like, the Empire, I know, does not care about individual officers, like, whatsoever. Like, I'm pretty sure Vader kills an ISB unit, like, every other weekend, mostly. So, the idea that the Empire would even come back for Callus is kind of a miracle. The main thing that makes me think that Callus is having a change of heart is the fact that he kept the stone. Because that's something that's sentimental and not useful, because he doesn't need a magically heating stone anymore, but he kept it for a reason, and it can only be sentimental. I would like to see what a Callus-Zeb friendship would look like, because they're polar opposites. It'd be a very type A, type B kind of friendship, because Callus is very much, I have rules, I'll stick to them, probably a little neurotic, and Zeb is the, like all Ghost Crew members, flying by the seat of his pants at all times. They had some interesting conversations, but I don't know what Callus was trying to justify with his little, I ran into a Lasat that killed my people, so, not all Lasats are bad, so not all Imperials are bad. The main difference between that is Lasats are a race, and you can't choose to be a Lasat, and the Empire is an occupation that you choose. And if you choose that, it really says a lot about who you are as a human being, and, your beliefs, and your moral decency in general. I helped wipe out your entire people, but when I was trying to do it again on Onderon, Lasat defended itself, so we're even. Oh, Callus. It is interesting to see how at odds they were with each other at the beginning of the episode, and at the end that there's enough of a trust between the two that they're able to fall asleep together and know, I'm not gonna die in my sleep because this guy decided to shank me. But yeah, that scene also makes me think that there's definitely fan fiction of these two. Like, absolutely, 100%, no questions asked. Tumblr ships this. But we're quickly coming to the end of Season 2, so I wonder if Callus and his possible redemption are going to play a big part in the finale, or if it's going to be something else entirely. So that was my reaction to Season 2, Episode 17 of Star Wars Rebels, The Honorable Ones. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this reaction, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and keeps me motivated to keep making more of these. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. Bye.